There's a holdup in the Bronx.
Brooklyn's broken out in fights.
There's a traffic jam in Harlem that's backed up to Jackson Heights.
There's a scout troop short a child. Cruise ships do and I go wild.
Car 54, where are you?
Tonight's program brought to you by Tide. Your wash gets cleaner every week with Tide. And by new push-button Lilt, the only home permanent that waves your hair with foam.
Oh, brother. It's a joint meeting of the entertainment committees of the Brotherhood Club and the Ladies Auxiliary.
I know. They're trying to decide where to hold their annual summer outing.
Well, this is the 6th meeting. They just got to come up with an idea.
Don't be too sure. Last year, by the time they decided to have a beach party, it was winter.
He's not going to call me a bum again.
I'll say it again, you're a bum.
Order. Now, we've got to decide on where to have this outing. There must be something we can do that we can all agree on.
Ooh, how about a clam bake like we had 2 years ago? Remember all those delicious clams and lobsters? We put on the hot rocks on the ground and we covered them up with sand.
Yeah, and you know what happened?
Yeah, but this year we'll put a stick in the sand so we'll know where we buried them.
Any other suggestions? Sylvia Schnauzer.
I've been sitting here quietly listening to all your suggestions, and I must say I'm shocked. Beer parties, boat rides. Don't you honestly think it's time that we did something cultural?
Oh, Sylvia.
My wife is talking. Go ahead, pussycat.
Thank you, Daddy Bear. Well, think of it. Here we are in the Bronx, just a stone's throw away from Broadway, the theater center of the world. And not one of you has suggested that we organize a theater party and go and see a Broadway play.
Hey, that's a good idea. Let's all go see Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? Oklahoma's been closed for 15 years.
I have been following the papers lately.
Any discussion on Sylvia Schnauzer's suggestion that we have a theater party?
That's a good idea.
I put in the form of a motion. Mr. Chairman.
What is it, Lucille?
I am a Hunter College graduate. And as you know, I am 110% for culture. But the plays they're showing on Broadway these days, well, I certainly wouldn't want my husband to see them. Lucille, stop being such a blue nose.
Blue nose. My sister Rose saw a play by Tennessee Williams last year, and she had to go to bed for 2 weeks with the door locked.
It was the intermission. During the intermission, she ate 6 boxes of chocolate-covered cherries.
Quiet. Because she was in a state of shock. The words that she heard coming from that stage...
Lucille, Tennessee Williams writes about life. Life is raw. Come out of your sheltered middle-class existence and face it.
Well, if you think that vulgarity is life...
Lucille, I'm sure that we're all going to pick a clean play. All those in favor of a theater party?
Aye.
It's carried. Now, does anyone have any idea which play we ought to see?
How about a musical?
I would like to see how to succeed in business without really trying.
Are you sure Oklahoma's closed?
It's closed.
How about that? They said it would run forever.
Please. Now, look, we finally decided on something. Let's get it over with as quickly as possible. I suggest we draw up a list of the plays that we want to see.
What about how to succeed in business without really trying?
How about Camelot?
How about 1,000 Clowns? And what about Milk and Honey?
Hold it. Gunther, you take down these names. Tomorrow on our lunch hour, the arrangements committee will go down to the box office, pick up the tickets, and we'll finally get this thing settled once and for all.
What was the name of the first play?
How to succeed in business without really trying.
How to...
Sorry, madam, we're sold out until August. No, sir. No standing room until March. Next.
Can I have 2 seats, please?
Yes, I have 2 next April.
Are they together?
Together? The president saw the show last night. Jackie sat in the balcony. Next. Yes, officer.
I'd like 142 seats for next Saturday night.
142 seats?
This is Officer Schnauzer. He'll give you the seating arrangement.
We want 142 seats. 106 in the center, 23 on one side, 10 on the other side, and 1 in the balcony. That's for Officer Coogan. He's a mounted patrolman. He likes to sit up high. And 2 in the boxes for the captain and his wife, 142 seats.
142 seats. I'm sold out until next August.
Next August?
Yes, this show is a smash hit. The critics gave it raves.
They raved about Oklahoma, too. It closed 15 years ago.
I would love to help you, but I don't have a single seat.
What's the next thing on the list?
A funny thing happened to me on the way to the forum.
Nothing until September?
They don't have to be together. You could scatter us all over the theater. Sorry, boys. I haven't got a thing.
Look, mister, our entertainment committee finally voted on having a theater party for its summer outing. If we have to get another vote on something, it'll be winter. Isn't there any play we can get 142 seats for on Saturday night?
Have you tried Little Miss Pioneer?
Little Miss Pioneer. Never heard of it.
It's over at the Baldwin Theater.
Gee, thanks. Come on.
Louis, how could you recommend a dog like that to them? It's the worst thing that's been on Broadway in years.
Well, it's the only show in town that can seat 142 people.
Seat 142 people? Listen, that show has enough empty space at every performance for 142 people to lie down and stretch out.
Listen, they're lucky. Maybe the show will be closed by the time they get there.
Sell any tickets for tonight's performance?
3. The author is bringing 2 of his relatives. Mr. Morningside, admit you got yourself a flop. Close the play.
Never.
You were just in there during the matinee performance. The theater is empty. It's spooky in there. The actors are frightened. At least put the ushers on stage to keep them company.
Little Miss Pioneer is the finest thing I've ever produced.
Good. Now that you got it out of your system, close it.
No. Sooner or later, the public is going to find out that Little Miss Pioneer is the one clean, wholesome, decent thing on Broadway.
The public already found out. That's why they're staying away.
Going just a little longer, I know it'll catch on.
Mr. Morningside, miracles like that don't happen.
Excuse me. Do you have 142 seats for Saturday night?
It's happened! It's happened!
Yes, sir. Saturday night.
Give them the money.
I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't.
Little Miss Pioneer is not on this list.
Buy the tickets. A play is a play.
As treasurer, I'm authorized to buy only tickets for a show that's on this list. We'll have to have another meeting.
We're not going to start the meetings again.
But Francis...
We're the purchasing committee. Schnauzer and I want to see it. The votes are 2-1. Give me the money.
No.
Let me shake the hands of a group who recognize decency in the theater world of filth.
Thank you. Leo, give the seating arrangement.
You're not going to see a play of half-naked girls dancing and kicking.
We're not?
You're not going to hear off-color jokes and vulgar language that you hear in every other Broadway show.
We're not?
No. You're going to see a play that's clean, that's decent, a play with a message.
We better have another meeting.
Leo!
Francis, Hoodie is right. It's not on the list.
He's right. We're not going to start the meetings again.
Sorry, it's 2 against 1.
Oh, brother.
All we have to do is tell the committee what this play is all about. I'm sure they'll let us buy the tickets.
Hey, what's it about, mister?
It's a glorious epic about the winning of the West.
Ooh, cowboys.
Look, why don't you see for yourselves? The matinee is just ending.
Hey, that's a great idea. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Johnny. Wait up for me.
How much longer, Johnny Scout?
We still got a fur piece.
I can't go on, son. You go ahead without me. Leave me here on the trail. I'll make out somehow.
Hang on, Ma.
How do you like it?
Fine. But if he's a cowboy, how come he doesn't carry a gun? John Wayne always carries a gun.
That's the message. This cowboy doesn't believe in killing.
Oh, John Wayne doesn't believe in killing either. Only when it's absolutely necessary, like when the other guy wears a mustache. But even then, most of the time, John Wayne only hits him in the hand.
Look at the play. It's got everything.
We gotta push on.
I can't. My heart is in Missouri, where they buried Pa alongside the trail.
Pathos.
I'll always see him lying there, scalped by them Injuns.
I told him the trip was gonna be hair-raising.
Comedy.
Yeah. Hey, that's a good one.
I can't go on.
Look, Mr. Morningside, we better just run along.
Wait. This is where we're coming to the climax. This'll knock you off your feet.
We'll never get to California.
But Johnny Scout here
He's
says...
a lion.
Yeah, Johnny. How do we know you're gonna get us to California?
I'll get you there, just like I got all the other settlers who are building a new America in the Golden West.
Say, young fella, just who are you?
Who am I?
Why? It's Little Miss Pioneer!
Did you hear that? The audience loved it. Well, gentlemen?
Boy, do we need a meeting.
You have a fine play there, sir, and I'm going to recommend it to our membership.
Thank you. I knew this play would catch on. And everybody said, close it. I had faith in it. And with decent people like you behind me, I'll never close it. Come on, come on. You hear me? I'll never close this play. Nobody's gonna make me.
Come on.
Nobody's gonna close my play. When you come back here, I'll still be open.
Go on, Moran. You were going by the Baldwin Theater and you saw these cops come out with the producer.
Yeah, I'm telling you. He was screaming, "You'll never make me close my play."
Little Miss Pioneer. I didn't think it was that kind of a play. Stick around there, Moran, just in case something pops. I'll check it. Give me the police commissioner.
Little Miss Pioneer. Your reporter says the men were from the 53rd Precinct?
That's right, Commissioner. Look, if you ordered that play to be closed...
Mr. Donovan, I don't order any play to be closed. If it's a dirty play, it's up to the mayor to close it. We just take orders. And believe me, there have been no orders. Get me Captain Block at the 53rd Precinct.
Little Miss Pioneer?
Never heard of it. What's it like? What's the difference? The main thing is there are 142 seats available. The seats face the stage.
That's the trouble. The seats face the stage. The boss will see what's going on.
Neil, it wasn't that bad. Gunther, you liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, I thought it was loaded with laughs.
And?
When they talked about the old man who got scalped by the Indians, and Little Miss Pioneer said, I told him the trip would be hair-raising. I thought it was funny.
Gunther!
Count me out.
Oh, sounds awful.
And that was the highlight you just heard.
Now, wait a minute. This committee voted to see a play. Little Miss Pioneer is the only play we can see. And if we don't...
Mr. Chairman!
What is it, Lucille?
Is this play clean and decent?
It certainly is.
Well, then I vote we go to see it.
It's the worst I've ever seen.
How about a hayride?
What about my clam bake?
Let's go to the track. Bum!
It seems to me that Broadway is scant mile and a half away from the bride.
Oh, brother.
53rd Precinct. Yes, sir. It's for you, Captain. It's the commissioner.
The commissioner? Yes, Commissioner. What? My men did what? But, Commissioner...
I won't have you and your men taking the law into your own hands and censoring a play. I don't care how dirty, how risque, how suggestive this Little Miss Pioneer is. It's up to the mayor to close it, not the police.
What's wrong with
Quiet, everybody. Now, look, we've been holding meetings for a month. This thing is going to be settled right now. Now, a motion was made by Lucille Tootie to see Little Miss Pioneer. And let me tell you, if this motion isn't carried, I'm not only resigning from this committee, I'm resigning from the police force and leaving the country. Now, all those in favor, raise their hand. Come on, Leo.
All right, we'll write the whole evening off as a loss.
It's carried. Now, Leo Schnauzer will take care of the seating.
Sit down, Muldoon. I understand some of you men were down on Broadway today at the theater where Little Miss Pioneer is playing.
It was on our lunch hour.
Well, don't be such eager beavers. Even if the play is risque, suggestive, unfit for decent people to look at, it's not your job to pass on it.
But, Captain, it was...
Quiet! I feel just as strongly as you do about filth in the theater. But we can't make a move unless we get orders. On with your meeting.
What is he talking about?
I don't understand.
I do. We've just been steamrolled into seeing a smutty play.
Lucille, there must be some mistake.
There certainly was, but thank heavens the mistake was discovered in time. I, for one, am not going, nor will I allow my husband Gunther to see such a play.
Lucille, Little Miss Pioneer
Don't
is...
even mention that filthy name. I move that we not only vote not to see this play, but that we censure the committee who suggested it.
She's right. It's a play that shouldn't be seen in mixed company.
Ladies, you have my word that it's clean.
It was probably written by Tennessee Williams under an assumed name, and we're not going.
Oh, Lucille, don't be so narrow-minded. Little Miss Pioneer may be raw, but it's a slice of life.
Come on,
Did the police come for their tickets?
There hasn't been a soul here.
They probably ran into traffic.
They probably ran into someone who saw the play.
142 tickets. It could be the beginning of a trend.
Baldwin Theater. Oh, it's for you.
Hello? Oh, it's you. I've been expecting you.
Look, Mr. Morningside, I don't know how to put this, but, well, some members of the Ladies Auxiliary think that your play is, well, kind of dirty.
He said the play was dirty.
Dirty? That thing in there dirty?
Look here, officer. My play is not a dirty play. How dare you accuse me of putting on smut?
Oh, we know it's not a dirty play, but we can't convince them of it.
Have them come here and see it.
He wants you to come there and see it.
I won't set one foot inside of that theater.
Not all of us are prudes, Mr. Morningside. Stick to your guns. Give us life in the raw.
Sylvia! They won't come, Mr. Morningside.
This is ridiculous. If they could only see how clean, how decent. If I had time, I'd even send some of the cast up to your committee so they could see for themselves. But they have to be back for an evening performance.
No, that's a great idea, Mr. Morningside. We can go down right now and pick them up and have them back in plenty of time. Leo, Gunther, come on.
You're sending the cast up there?
For 142 tickets, I'd send them to Siberia.
Can I have a seat, Mr. Morningside?
My play is not dirty, and I'm going to prove it.
Hurry up. Come on, if we hurry, we can make the last edition.
And last but not least, the part of Ma Dearheart is played by none other than Clarissa Hawthorne, who in her long and illustrious career in the theater has not once appeared in a Broadway play that was the least suggestive.
And I would like to mention that I was the organizer and for 10 years president of an organization whose principal purpose is to stamp out the use of vile language in dressing rooms.
I hope that satisfies the ladies.
Oh, don't lump me with these narrow-minded prudes.
I'm with you, Mr. Morningside. You have the courage to present life as it is.
Call it sordid, dirty, or smutty. Bring it on. Give it to us right between the eyes.
Dirty! You don't understand. Start from the top.
The curtain rises. It's morning on the plains. There's a covered wagon. Matthew and I get out of the wagon.
Excuse me, this Matthew, is he your husband?
No, he's my son.
Oh, how sweet.
Johnny Scout enters and speaks.
Morning, ma'am. Excuse me, who is this Johnny Scout?
Johnny Scout is our guide, but he really is Little Miss Pioneer.
Oh, a girl dressed up like a man? Spell it out for her.
Don't be so provincial, Lucille. This is life. This is how the West was won.
Wait, you're getting it all wrong. Little Miss Pioneer is one of the heroes of the West. She guides wagon trains across the country. Go on with the play.
Morning, ma'am. Morning, Matthew.
Morning, Johnny.
Excuse me, are Little Miss Pioneer and Matthew married?
No.
Well, do they ever cross any state lines together?
Please.
Oh, Lucille, break out of your shell. They're desperately in love. They're in the middle of the prairie, miles from a justice of the peace. Who are you to point an accusing finger?
What's going on here?
Please, let them go on. I'm sorry.
Morning, Johnny.
You two all get a good night's sleep? Question.
What is it?
Where did you sleep?
In the wagon.
All three of you?
No, my son and I slept in the wagon. Johnny Scout slept underneath the wagon.
Just one more question. Did your son leave the wagon at any time during the night?
Lucille, face life. Of course he left the wagon. The man isn't made of wood. They're desperately in love. And there's a prairie moon. Who are we to say what's right or wrong?
They're not in love. He doesn't even know she's a girl.
Will you give them a chance to go on?
Yes, please give us a chance. You'll see it's a sweet, clean, wholesome play.
As the police hustled the cast of Little Miss Pioneer into a patrol wagon, the producer, Oscar Morningside, shouted, "My play is not dirty. No one will make me close it."
Well, what are we waiting for? I hope they still got tickets.
As president of the Women's League for Clean Theatre, I say a vulgar, lascivious play like Little Miss Pioneer should be closed and no decent person should buy a ticket. Every ticket that is bought to see this lewd piece of trash is a ticket aimed at the heart of all that is decent and cultural.
I've already explained to you, madam, that my son and I slept in the wagon, that Johnny Scout slept underneath the wagon, and that there is no trapdoor in the wagon. Now, can we go on?
Just one more question. What did Little Miss Pioneer do before she became a scout? Was she ever in any trouble? Trouble?
It's for you, Mr. Morningside.
Me? Hello? Bill? What is it? I can't hear you.
10 for Saturday night. I gotta have 10 for Saturday.
It's happened. A miracle has happened. I knew if we waited long enough, the people would flock to see a clean, decent play. You're my good luck charm. Thank you, my friends. Back to the theater, everybody!
Not a bad idea, Mr. Morningside, moving to a bigger theater.
I've been thinking of Yankee Stadium for weekends.
Excuse me, we'd like 142 seats for this Saturday night.
Sorry, nothing till 2 years from next April. Yankee Stadium, not a bad idea.
Wait a minute. Just yesterday.
I'm sorry, buddy.
But I gotta have the tickets. I'm not gonna go through another meeting. Mr. Morningside, remember us? We're your friends.
The minute you get a hit, everybody's your friend. Don't block the window. Next.
Merry Christmas, Sergeant.
Merry Christmas, Captain.
Merry Christmas, Julie. Still at it.
What about a boat ride around Manhattan
You
Island?
know I get seasick on
How about an
Tonight's program brought to you by Lava, the soap that gets hands clean right down to the fingernails. And by Cam-A,